Hi everyone, welcome back. And thank you for joining me. And guess where I am? Hold on. I'm back in the Grand Tetons. It's funny, I'm actually, we just got here. So we've only been here for a day. And I don't know what the animal population is right now. Last time we were here a month ago, it was spring. There were babies. There was moose everywhere with babies. And so, you know, we're very aware. Berry season brings bears. We had one in our tree outside of our building when we were here in the spring. But it's the reason why you see I'm actually walking on a service trail because I was just in the woods. And here in a second, I'll have to go back in a sec, but it it was reminding me I want to tell you a story of when Gabby and I first started, I wouldn't say mountain exploring, I would say really Jackson Hole exploring, right? We had spent, I don't know, 3 or 4 years visiting, Whistler, Park City, Colorado. Again, folks, we chose not to have kids so we could spoil ourselves, right? And we do. So we were going to all these mountain towns and seeing, trying to figure out like what are our interests. We ski, we hike, we bike. What do we like to do? And I would say, Jackson Hole obviously kept calling us back, and we ended up buying a little studio here at the base of the mountains, and which is wonderful. But when we first started really exploring Jackson Hole, like going out, hold on, I'm going to have to return to you because there's an animal and my dog. 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. And this is actually the story I want to tell you, which is so funny. So I just saw an animal. All I saw was brown fur, right? Far in front of us, brown fur. And so turns out it's just a dog, but this is the story. So we are exploring. We're going, way out into the mountains and starting to learn how to do that safely and blah, 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 blah. And I have to be honest, I kind of always saw myself as like, I don't know, a savior, right? Like if shit went down, which is, it's funny because if you knew me when I was younger, my wife always loves to tell the story of when we first met, and we went to McDonald's late night, and you know what that looks like. And some girl there called us dykes, and I was a young strapping dyke, and I just like went from happy to attack in 5 seconds. My friend Mikey lifted me off the ground and had to carry me away because I was just like, oh no, fuck you. You don't get to do that. I've obviously learned how to use my words since then. But anyways, I thought I'd be a savior in situations that demand it. And my wife and I are hiking, and she's far ahead of me. I don't know if it's okay. So you see like what this looks like. It wasn't necessarily this though. We were in this, but it was like grass like this high, and you're in it and you're making noise just as I'm talking to you now because you want to scare the animals away. And we see on the trail someone wrote bear ahead, and so we're being very aware and blah blah blah. We have a routine where we like clap hands and we sing songs and blah. So anyways, we're coming out of the grass. My wife's in front of me, and I see my wife, and out of the corner of my eye I see brown fur. I see his brown fur. And again, my wife's in front of me. So I'm looking up at my wife and I'm like, seriously, lost my voice. Like she would have been eaten by the grizzly by the time I could even like gather myself. Thankfully, it was not a grizzly, but it was a mama moose with a baby. And we were pretty close. And turns out it's my wife that's the savior in situations like this. There was a time we went to South Africa and we were sitting on, we had this back, and it was always a dream of mine. My wife made my dreams come true. She took me to South Africa, and we were on safari, and another where we don't have kids, so we were on safari. There was only 7 little cabins, or whatever you call them, lodges, and we're sitting on our patio, and you don't know anyone's around you. It's just animals, right? It's so cool. Well, we're having lunch, and all of a sudden, you could tell that the food was being brought, because in the trees you saw them swaying, right? And it was the monkeys following the folks that were bringing food to our place. So anyways, all of a sudden the roof is all monkeys, and whoa, and they're all like tiny little monkeys, right? So they serve us our food, we start eating, and next thing you know, this larger, like probably 3 times the size, still, you know, I don't know, maybe to my knees, or to my waist when he stood up, this little gray male jumps down on the table, and he's super aggressive, and he stands straight up, and he's got the brightest blue balls you've ever seen. And I just start laughing. That did not go over well with the monkey. But my wife didn't even react. She literally just picked up her spoon, starts hammering it on the table, and was like, oh, fuck no, out of here you go. And the same with the moose. Finally, I got her attention, and she's just whispering to me, babe, just keep walking. And I did, and we made it out safely. And she's my superhero. Oh, God, that was one of the first years when we first started coming here. It was really cool. Oh, well, we are back. I'm going to share with you. It's off chemo week. I'm going to fly back to Chicago next week and do chemo for 4 days, and then fly back to Jackson for another week. We're trying to really, again, best summer ever. And like, we can figure this out. We can work around my week where I'm just not here, around her knee, like whatever we need to do. Best summer ever. All right, I'm going to let you go because it's starting to rain. Okay, bye guys. Thanks for listening.